Hi, and welcome to another board review. Today I'm reviewing the Mark Phipps Big Bad Egg, the older brother of the One Bad Egg. It's got the 5-fin setup with the single fin box here, and of course FCS2 quad option as well. It's a 7.0 by 21.5 by 3 1/8. So it's got a nice pulled in rounded pin here, nice pulled in nose. Found it glided into waves quite easily. Nothing too surprising, but on the same side, that's kind of what its downfall was. It didn't really come to life for me. I tried it in a few fin configurations. I tried it with the large fin and the side bites and with the quad, and nothing really. I never felt any kind of magic from this board. It's got, as you can see, there's no real straight spot in the board, which I'm more used to a low rocker board, quite flat with flipping the nose. But as you can see with this board, there's not really much of any straight spot whatsoever. It's got a continuous curve all the way through the board, right the way to the nose, all the way through. We'll now have a look at its bottom contours. Okay, so starting up in the nose, it's a bit of a curved entrance. Still rocking, you can hear and see it rocking. I would say that's V. Okay, coming flat now, coming flat. We're starting a single concave now. Single concave. Starting to morph into a double now. Coming into a deeper double. More of a double. Here we go. So we've got a spiral V in the double. So, and then V from here, V back, double concave with a spiral V just around here. So, when the waves got juicy and big, I felt this was a really good option. It rode really well on the bigger days and days with quite a bit of push. Where I felt I couldn't get this board to work was on the waist high down waves. For me, it didn't grovel at all, and these boards are kind of sold as a one board quiver, and like my opinion on all boards, there is no such thing as a one board quiver, especially where I live. The waves just aren't that good. So if you were looking at this board, I think it would be a great option if you had a really good groveler that you really enjoy riding and and can ride up to, you know, waist chest before it starts, you know, skitting out on you and not giving you the performance you need. I think this would be a really good option then. So once the waves are the size of this table and up, then this board starts to come more into life. The bigger it gets, the better this board will go. It just doesn't like to grovel, for me at least. Everybody's got their own opinion on what works for them, but for me this board just didn't want to go up in the smaller stuff at all. But I think that could be due to that continuous rocker there. You know, if the wave's got a lot of curl and it's big, that continuous rocker is going to be your best friend. In a small wave, it's like pushing a ball in water. You know, if you push a ball in water, it doesn't want to move, it wants to resist, and that's the curve of this board. Same thing. But once you get enough power, a ball will skip over the water. So it's the same thing as if you had a completely flat piece of wood, let's say for example, and threw it across the water like you skim a stone, it'll just bounce and go across, and that's what you need when you're groveling. But you don't want this much rocker in something that you're going to look to grovel on. So yeah, I would say if you're going to go for one of these boards, keep it in mind that you gonna probably have to keep one next to your groveler and not rely on this to grovel for you, because I think you'd find it hard to grovel on this board. But once the waves get around here, just, you know, a foot above this table and up, as big as you probably can get, this board will come to life for you. But yeah, definitely it's a good board, but for me it's not quite hitting the mark. I've bought two boards pretty close to each other, this one and another one, and the other one I'll be doing my next review on, which has been absolutely like mind-blowingly good. So again, with that other board, it doesn't tend to, for me, want to grovel that much, but it will, whereas this one wouldn't. And that one, the bigger it gets, the more comfortable I feel on it. So, which again, this did have, but not as much as I'd like. Just talk about the rail, since I'm touching the rail here. It's got a nice rolled, kind of soft rail, quite a down rail, not a big boxy one. And it's just getting sharp just on the fins here. So it comes quite soft, and then you can feel the bite here. Just in front of your first cluster of fins, it starts to get hard. And of course, with that round tail, it's going to draw out your turns nice. So of course, again, on a little tiny waist high wave, you know, a board this long, you can't maneuver that. And with the round tail, it's just not going to fit. But on a big open face, it'll fit lovely, and you'll get plenty of down the line speed. So yeah, that's my review on the Mark Phipps Big Bad Egg. Not for me on this occasion, not a keeper. It's going to have to go to make room for new boards. So that's it. Hopefully you've got one and loving it, but for me it's a no. Thank you for watching.